Hello my lovely friends, Jan of Jan Hicks Creates here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Flosstube video. Thank you for joining me, for those that have been here for a while. If you're new here, I appreciate you coming back to spend some time with me. I know you have a lot of choices out there in the Flosstube world, and I do appreciate that you choose to spend some time with me. My voice sounds a little wobbly. It's been a rough week. I say that knowing that me saying it's a rough week is kind of, I don't even know the right word, considering what our friends in Ukraine are going through on the other side of the world. It's been rough though, seeing what's happening, knowing that it's senseless, the destruction, the loss of life. I see the images on my TV screen and I just can't even imagine what it must be like to be there. And to see your towns destroyed. Yeah, it's been a rough week. Having said that though, in amongst all the pain and anxiety and worry for what the future holds, it is heartwarming to see the connections, the help, the hope, the love that is shared across continents, across oceans, across languages. You know, that saying, I told myself I wasn't going to cry, but that saying that says, and I don't know the exact words, but every little bit helps. You don't know the impact you have, but every little bit counts. We saw that in very real time in our cross-stitch community, with the help that we've given to the designers just by purchasing their designs on Etsy. I don't know how much connectivity any of them have now, but when possible, I have seen them post on Instagram what their status is, especially Stitchy Princess Ekaterina. She did post that she was able to buy groceries with the funds we had provided through our purchases from her Etsy shop. And not only was she able to buy enough for her and her family, she was also able to buy enough for her neighbors. I read that and I was just amazed to know that, I totally believe in donating to charities, and I do it all the time. But to have that contact on the ground individually with somebody and to know that you have helped them in a very real way is it just makes me want to cry. I mean, it really is just amazing. So I am going to be showing you in a little bit here. We're going to have a Let's Go Shopping episode or segment. I haven't done that in a while, but this one will be focused on the Ukrainian shops and most specifically how to find them. I know there's been a lot of posts, at least on Instagram, kind of talking about how to hone in on what shops are Ukrainian. So I'm going to step you through that on Etsy and talk about a few of them. I also wanted to share with you that my son Ben, many of you know that he is a painter. I call him a starving artist because he is, but he does have an Etsy shop to sell his paintings, and he is going to be donating 15% of all of his sales to a charity for Ukraine. I don't believe he has picked exactly which one yet, but for the foreseeable future, he said for as long as this situation continues, and we have no idea how long that's going to be, of course, he's going to donate 15% of his sales. I will be linking his shop below as well. The other thing that has reached out across the community this I've been gone for 2 weeks, but this past week is the Nashville market. It is back in person this year, happening this weekend. I am so excited for all those who are attending, and I have to tell you, I am more than just a little envious of them as well. Next year I will go. I just found out recently that they do have like a press option for attendance, so I can go as Jan Hicks Creates Flosstube. Jan Hicks Creates live at Nashville Needlework Market. Oh my God, that would be amazing. So anyways, it's been a big week to say the least. The other thing that's going on in our little cross-stitching world is the common threaded stitcher. I don't know what term to call that, but a month-long sharing of ourselves. It happens mostly on Instagram, although some of the posts do come over into Facebook as well. It is the brainchild of several of the people in the cross-stitch world, Kia Bead Quilting, and her husband, Tech Guy in the Hive, Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching, Snug Harbor Crafts, Ymir of Almond M&Ms, or kind of the team that I think thinks up all the different prompts. So it's a daily prompt kind of thing where you post the answer to the prompt and pictures, pretty pictures, because that's what Instagram's all about, right? And it's just a way to get to know each other, find out more about each other. I have tried several times in the past to participate, and it always kind of gets away from me. So far, I've done the first 2 days of this time, so I'm behind already, but I'm going to try and at least post something today. So that is something, if you're on Instagram, I'm sure you're aware of it, but if not, check out the hashtag Common Threaded Stitcher to see all the fun posts there. All right. Again, Mike and I haven't done any traveling, so no pretty pictures at the beginning. I don't know at this point in the video. I'm thinking about putting pictures of what I've pre-ordered for market, so I don't know yet if that's what you saw or not. It's kind of like Back to the Future. It's kind of strange when you're doing these videos. But anyways, yeah, so things are just kind of quiet here on the home front. Yeah, and I'm still waiting for spring. We're supposed to get more snow this weekend. Probably not a lot, but it was up to 51 yesterday, the day before, so spring's coming. I can feel it in my bones. This is birthday month for me, so I am celebrating in different ways all month. Most of it is with new starts, but not a whole bunch of new starts. So I'll get into that in a second. I have finishes to show you. I have, of course, lots of WIPS to show you, new starts to show you, haul to show you. Like I said, we're going to do a shop with me segment on Etsy, on the Ukraine shops, of course the giveaways, and then again at the end I'm going to do a planner segment because I think there were enough of you who expressed interest in that it's worth continuing to do. And I have goodies. Oh, you should see what I got for that. Makes my mouth water just thinking about it. All right, so on with the cross stitch stuff. I did finish, I showed you a little sneak peek in the last video of one of my designs. I did finish stitching that last night. This is called Live Like It's Spring. Whoop. And this is the one that, did you like that noise? I don't know that I've ever made that noise before. This is the one that is stitched with a combination of cottage garden threads and classic colorworks, or overdyed classic colorworks and weeks, and one DMC, not to be left out. I've stitched this on 40 count lichen linen by Needle and Flax, I believe. No, or maybe this was another one of the Tabby Cats. I forget. One of the linens that I got at the attic when I was there the last time. So, like I said, 40 count, mixture of cottage garden and the other overdyed flosses, and I had so much fun with this. This is the one that I posted and said there's 2 cats in the yard, because there are, and birds, and so many fun flowers. So Fat Quarter Shop will have a floss pack for this with the cottage garden threads and the other over-dyed threads. They did put in an order. Some of the cottage garden threads that I used, they already carry, but not all of them. So they have put in an order from Cottage Garden Threads to get more of them. Of course, it's coming from Australia, so I do not know if they have that order in yet. This probably won't get into any shops until Monday. Even my own Etsy shop, I still have to, do all the photography, and I have to make some changes to the PDF. So probably isn't going to actually be available to purchase for my Etsy shop until Monday. And then, this is a hard time to be putting out a design kind of on my own, because they're coming back from a market, right, and have all the designs from market to put in the shops. So I'm not rushing on this as such. I will get it into my shop, but I cannot say at all when it will get onto Fat Quarter Shop, when it will get into everything cross stitch. And of course, there's always the delay getting it into silk as well. But it's a coming, and I hope you like it. I am just, it has a happy feel, live like it's spring. It has the bright colors, a little bit of a quirky feel too with everything about this makes me happy. So I hope you like it. I don't have a frame for it or anything yet, so yeah, I don't know how I'm going to finish it. The other finish I have is not my design, but I'm so glad it's done and off of my needles. Home for Christmas by Plum Street Samplers. I've been working on this for a while. This is a WIP that I started a couple years ago. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that this is done. This is the one that was the kit from Dying to Stitch, the exclusive, and of course it is now available for purchase everywhere because it's been a while. So it came out on the market to the general public now. But anyways, this is all kit, all as called for. 36 count linen, all the floss was called for. So yeah, I'm very glad that's done. It's finished as a pillow. The kit comes with all the finishing for the pillow. It's such a big piece though. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to finish it as a pillow or not. All right, on to WIPS. And first and foremost, we have, take that out of there, the Heartfelt Stitch Along by Fat Quarter Shop. So this is release 2. It came out this morning. And yes, I just whipped it up. No, we get it in advance so we can work on it to have it to show you. And I think it is so sweet. I did not iron it, of course. So I did change the colors. This is my own color conversion, and this is available on my blog, on my color conversion page. It is all over-dyed flosses. So very, very happy with that sweet column of hearts and stars. This is being stitched on, Don't you love the passive voice? It is being stitched on. I am stitching this on 40 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. And I have a lot of that, so a lot of my pieces are 40 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. But that's okay, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. Next is my February Quaker by From the Heart Needle Arts, Wendy. So this is the complete piece. This has gotten, this gets touched here and there. I spend a half hour on it here, half hour on it there, so not a whole lot of time. I was hoping to get it done by the end of February, but yeah. If hopes and dreams were, I don't know what that little verse is, but yeah, we know how that goes. So anyways, I will keep touching this here and there, and it will eventually get done. I will be picking up March once this is done. And I've decided, you know, she did March, I don't have it handy here. She did March in greens for, you know, St. Patrick's Day. I'm not much of a St. Patrick's Day lover. I'm Scottish, but I don't get into the whole, you know, wear green, everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day. I just don't. I identify more with March because it's my birthday month. But anyways, my birthday month means that my birthstone is aquamarine. Blues, turquoises, aquas, of course. So I will be changing the colors of March when I get to it. But anyways, by the Heart Needle Arts, or from the Heart Needle Arts, by Wendy. Again, Mayflower 40 count. And my own choice of flosses with Mrs. Seda silks. The pinks are Mrs. Seda silks, and the green is Almond M&M, Yanir silk. All right, patchwork. This is just, makes my heart melt every time I look at it. So I have at some point here, I am going to do a Let's Go Shopping by searching on the word patchwork on Etsy, because enough of you have asked me where you can find this design, and I never have the link handy, so I have to search on Etsy every time. And every time, all the different things that come up when you search on patchwork are just amazing. So someday I'm going to take you on a ride with me and do that with you. Patchwork by Jan Haltman. He is a Danish designer. I believe he has now passed away, but his patterns are still available on the Etsy site called Nalden Drad. I will try to remember to link that below. So I am doing this as kind of a diagonal rainbow. So this past 2 weeks, you remember I was working on this medallion. I finished that. I did this one here. This is all in Mrs. Seda silks. This one is Supernova. I love that one so much. I decided I had done that. I'd used that in this middle section here and then these two ribbon sections. But I decided I loved it so much I wanted to use it some more. So I did it in this medallion here, and then I picked another orange and started this band down here. So that is coming along nicely. One of you lovely smart people, when I talked about the fact that I don't really have planned out what colors I'm putting for which motifs, one of you very smart people suggested that I print out the pattern and use colored pencils to color it in. Now, I didn't want to print out the whole pattern because I don't need all those sheets and I wouldn't be able to color it in that much detail anyway. But what I did was took a screenshot of the cover page of the pattern, right, the finished picture, and then desaturated it. So in my photo editing, just in the edit function in iPhotos, or in my photos on my iPhone, nothing fancy, there's a saturation under the edit photos function. One of the options is saturation, excuse me, and I just turned that off, basically put it the whole way down to 0, and that makes your picture grayscale. It takes away all the color. So I had the grayscale image, and then I just used my colored pencils. And of course, I don't have enough colored pencils to do all the different shades possible for all the colors. So it's just the basic rainbow. But then I colored in basically where I'm doing the orange and where I'm doing the yellow and where I want to change to green and blue and so on. So this gives me a pretty good idea of what the layout's going to be and what it's going to look like. And then what I'm doing, basically I have in my project bag a ring with all of the yellows and oranges that Mrs. Seda has. And so when I finish up one, I decide where I want to work on next and pick the color for it. Do I want it to be brighter? Do I want it to be softer? And just pick whichever color I want to use next. So that's as much planning as I'm doing. And then as I add each color, I am noting down what colors I'm using. So once I'm all done, I will be doing a kind of a color conversion post on my color conversion page, listing all of the Mrs. Sadis silks that I did use, and kind of it's hard to do in order since they're kind of scattered and random across the page, but at least you'll have an idea of what I've used. So this is a hard one for me to put down. I would dearly love to get this done this year. And in fact, I'm starting to rethink, oops, just about losing my needle here. Oh, it has some thread attached to it. That's okay. I'm just about starting to rethink how I'm going to be working on my big projects this year, because I really want to get that one done. And so it needs a lot more attention than what I've been giving it so far. Basically, let me show you this one. So my 16th century English kitchen garden, herb garden, Liz Turner Deals design. I did finish my little triangle, stay up there, the little triangle over here, all right? There it is, that there. And started the kind of the middle diamond, one of the middle diamonds. I love how it's turning out, but when I weigh stitching on this, and even though they're little sections, I mean, that's a lot of stitching. It's pretty saturated stitching. Doesn't take a whole lot of time, but it does take some time, right? As I weigh stitching on this in my heart against stitching on patchwork, patchwork wins out every time. So I think what I'm going to be doing is putting this one away again, so I can concentrate more on patchwork. The other one that I am still going to be working on here and there is Do Re Mi, because again, I can spend a half hour on this and get enough done that I feel like I've made progress. So I do not get a half hour every day in on this, but you can see I have the fa block, fa, a long way to run block. Has a nice start on it. I haven't worked on this in a few days, and I will explain why in uno momento. So this I will continue to work on, because I'd like to get this finished this year, and I think that's very doable. Again, for those of you that are curious, this is a color conversion. I actually don't have the picture of the pattern here. The pattern is more, as it's charted, is more browns, kind of more muted colors. And a color conversion to a rainbow colorway was made by a woman, and I picked up on it. I have shared that on my color conversion page. So if you're curious, these are not the called for colors at all. It is a rainbow. The way it's going to be laid out is different. So if you're curious about that, again, you can go to my blog, madforyarn.com, to the color conversion page, and you'll have to scroll down a little bit and you'll see all the information there on that. All right, next. I'm still surrounded by what I'm working on. Rose and the Giant Pear. Haven't stitched a whole lot more on this week. Boy, I'm having a hard time seeing where I'm stitching. Okay, over here. So I did get a little bit more of the pear done, a little bit more of the border done. I haven't touched this at all this week. This is on 56 count creme brulee by Tabby Cat. Rose and the Giant Pear by Hands Across the Sea. I am still loving it, but with March birthday month, there's several of these are getting put away so that I can concentrate on my birthday starts. More on that in a second. Okay. Friday, Foxy Friends Friday Sal. Something like that. My Friday project is the fox from Cottage Garden Samplings. Oh my goodness, so much fur on this. 56 count ballet slipper by Fox and Rabbit Designs. You can see I got started on Mr. Fox. Isn't he handsome? Well, the top of his head is handsome. So yeah, this is using Vicky Clayton silks, and they're still definitely thicker than I would prefer to use on the 56 count. But I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to figuring out how to work with them to make it more of a pleasant experience, I guess I would say. So this one I will still be continuing on Fridays, even if it is birthday month. Just thinking of something that I wanted to show you, and I don't know where I put it. More on that later. Jeanette Douglas's piece. Hold on as I get the pattern. Winter by the Sea. I am still continuing on this as well. This is not getting every day either as I had hoped, so I'm not progressing as quickly. I don't know that I will have this done by March 21st, the first day of spring. It will be close, but anyways, I'm making progress. So I got the little fishy done, I got the whale done, I got these waves done here in the past couple days. And I am really, really thrilled with this. This is a 32 count hand-dyed fabric by Thread Pickers. So loving this. I am using the called for threads because I got the thread packs, the silk thread packs for this. And really, I really recommend, unless you have a huge stash, it makes it so much easier to just get the silk packs that Jeanette offers with her designs. You have everything you need. You have the quantity you need without having too much. All right, so next I'm going to be starting on the boat. The boat actually straddles winter and spring. So I'll do the bottom of the boat and the sail that's on the winter side, and I'll have to see if I have the floss for the flag in the winter pack. But I'm sure the sail for the spring side, that floss is in the spring pack. So I'll wait on that. Once I get done with that, I will be moving back across here, doing the specialty stitches here, doing the phrase Winter by the Sea. I won't put the anchor on, the charm on until the end. And then I'll start working back up the side here with these other specialty stitches. And I'll be saving this middle section for last. One of you did ask if I work on, or if I stitch with the specialty threads, the metallic threads that come with it, if I stitch on and just put those in as I go, or if I save those for later. I just stitch with those as I go. I just treat that as any other floss that I'm using. The things that I will be waiting on until the end, until I have it off of the frame, is the charms and any beads. You can see, let's see, I think there's beads in the middle of these stitches here. There's beads scattered around the octopus. So all of that I will just wait until the end when it's off of the frame to put those on. But I'm loving this. Even though I'm only getting like a half hour when I do sit down to do it, it's a real joy. I've never been afraid of specialty stitches. I love doing them. I love the effect of them. So I'm just really, really enjoying that. All right, I think that is all of my like WIPS that I had going before birthday month. Did I mention it's my birthday month? New starts. Although one of my birthday projects isn't a new start. So let me start by saying I have changed what I'm doing for my birthday month. I've changed things up a bit. I was originally going to be starting like a bunch of new things. Floral, I'm looking over there. Quaker Floral Puzzle by Ink Circles was one of them. I mentioned that. The squirrel from the last series by Cottage Garden Samplings. We were going to start that, Carolyn and I, in case I haven't mentioned it recently, and I don't think I have. this is the hashtag year of Jan and Carolyn, because we are starting a lot together. But with my changes in March, her birthday is in March as well. We're not starting as much together in March as we had originally planned. Now, my reasoning for that is I was working on stitching my Live Like It's Spring design. I have another sampler that I am stitching on. I have a couple of exclusives that I'm working on. And as I started kitting up the different new starts, so in the last weekend of February, I started to work on kitting these things up. I got to the Floral Quaker puzzle and I was just like, oh my God, this feels like more of a chore than an enjoyable thing. And then the squirrel, it's very much more of a autumn pattern. So we're going to put that off till sometime in the fall to start. But yeah, you know, if you're feeling like, oh my God, I don't feel like doing this, why then? Why? My time is pretty far stretched, as you can imagine, with all these different things I'm working on. So I was like, nope. Instead of doing that, I'm going to pull out a different spring one that I have started, and that is Balmy Spring Day. Now, this is a Heaven and Earth design, a full coverage, obviously. Let me find a picture for you. I need to do that because right now it's just like a black blob in the corner of the fabric. Oh, this is so pretty. This is one that I started on with Carolyn, and Carolyn will be pulling this out at some point here in the spring. Isn't that pretty? So I am just right up here, right in the trees and in the darkness. But I decided, you know, that piece is what's calling to me. So instead of a new start, I pulled out Balmy Spring Day. So as I said, lots of darkness up here. This whole section is 310. And then over here, you can see I've gotten into the sky, which I absolutely love. So there's like a blue color, all that, there's empty spaces, it's all the same blue, and that just kind of keeps stretching over here. So I'm kind of going back and forth, and it's kind of nice. There is a lot of confetti that starts happening down in here as you start adding the colors, but having these like big blocks of color, I'm going back and forth between the black and the blue and the black and the blue. Just, it goes faster. I'm still only at like, I don't even know if I'm at 3% completed yet. But at least having those big blocks of color, you get more done faster and you feel like you're making some progress. So this is going to be in my rotation for March, as well as my other new starts, as well as the Jeanette Douglas one and the Fox one. So I think I'm on to new starts now. And then information about more new starts. All right, one of my new starts was one of the designs that came out to support Ukraine. So this is by a designer called Stitch Sprout. And the reason I chose, there's so many wonderful designs out there, and it seems like more coming out every day to show our support for the people of Ukraine. The reason I chose this one is because you can't hear it yet, but Nina just realized that she has been alone upstairs all this time. And oh, here she comes. The reason I chose this one, hi baby girl, is because Stitch Sprout, I don't know her real name, you buy the pattern or you get it, download it from Ko-fi, ko.fi, and I will put the link for this below. Ko-fi is just like the Buy Me a Coffee type of organization. So she has this available for download. She does ask you to donate, and she is donating what you donate to one of the Ukrainian relief funds. I'm not sure which one. So that's why I decided to do this one first, because I could actually give money that is going to help. A lot of the designs are free, but there's not actually any money attached to it that is being given. No, get your paw off that. So, she's like, fine. So I wanted to do one where I'm actually giving some money for a cause. I hope that made sense with all the interruptions with a certain little kitty. Nina, she says, no, I will just sit over here in the closet. Don't mind me. Oh, it's a poor baby. Poor baby kitty. Is mommy mean to you? Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come on. Come say hi. Come on. Come on. She's like, I just want you to get up. She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. Say hi. Everybody wants to see Nina. Okay. There was a pause in my thinking, not only because of Nina, but because I feel like I'm missing a new start that I've done. I have a couple other new starts planned. But I feel like I'm missing one that I've actually started, but maybe not. No, because I did Palmy Spring Day. I don't know. Anyways, another one of my new starts. Birthday starts. Black Sheep Sampler by From the Heart Needle Art. Wendy. This is such a sweet piece. So she has designed it in Gloriana threads. She has a conversion to overdyed cotton flosses as well as DMC too, I believe. I have converted it to some Vicki Clayton silks. And this is my start. This is in the middle. I actually started in the middle on this one. So there's this row of flowers in the middle there, and that's where I've started. And I started this last night and just worked on it for a couple hours last night. So my conversion, I won't be sharing this with you. Mostly, I know, I am just such a meanie sometimes. Mostly because I just used what I had. I just pulled from what I had. And I do not have, like, she has a lot now of the overdyed floss conversions that she's doing. I don't have a whole lot of those. I have a handful of them, what she sends in her variegated sets monthly. But so some of what I'm using are from before she started doing that. And she no longer has those offered on her website just to purchase. So like the Rubbed series, the Old Maid series, those are her previous, what she used to do. Now she's pretty focused on converting to the overdyed flosses, and I don't have all of those. So if I tried to tell you, like, well, I used rubbed rust for that, or rubbed brown rose for that, you couldn't get it. So it's kind of useless for me to share my conversion. I would say if you do want to do this in Vicki's silks, and want a more accurate conversion, because I think my colors are going to be a little bit brighter than what are showing here in the picture, then get in touch with Vicki and ask her if she can do a conversion for you, because she's doing that for so many different charts out there. And especially as she grows her line more and more, it's getting easier and easier for her to put a pack together using the overdyed floss suggestions that Wendy has in her chart. So anyways, I am stitching this on 40 Count Gray by Weeks Dye Works. I believe this is the linen before they switched over to the Zweigert. But I just think these colors are going to look scrumptious on this linen. All right, so that's one of my new starts for birthday month. Have I mentioned that it's my birthday month? All right. So what are the chances that when I get up here to get another pile to show you, that Nina is going to jump in my chair? What are the chances? Or not jump in the chair, she's in the chair. but that she's going to move over and take up the whole chair. What are the chances you're going to do that? Pretty darn high, huh? Okay, I'll be right back. She actually didn't move. Wonders will never cease. That's because I'm already sitting on kind of the edge of the chair, so she already has most of the chair. Huh, baby kitty. All right, so a couple other new starts for the month. Oh, and let me explain. So my birthday is March 12th. And I decided, at first I was going to just, on March 12th, spend the day starting all the things. But then I thought, no. Birthday month means I want to spend all month stitching on these. So I decided to start them at the beginning of the month. And then I'm going to rotate through these 1, 2, 3, 4 designs throughout the month and, hopefully get a good chunk done on all of them. So one of the other ones, when I put away those 2 that I decided, no, I'm not doing those, one of the ones that I did pick out to do instead is this little one. Lovey Dovey by Samplers Not Forgotten, just a sweet little pillow. This is one of the kits from the Silver Needle, the Circle of Friends kits. This is probably one of the first ones I got like 2 years ago. So it's time to do it. It's a small one. There's still quite a bit of stitching in it though, right? So that's going to be one of my new starts. And then the other one, this one I will be starting, I might try and get a, it's Friday, so this is Foxy Friday Friends Sal, Foxy Friends Friday Sal, Friday Foxy Friends Sal, I don't know. It's the F Sal one. So yeah, today's for that. By the time I get done, I won't be starting this probably until Sunday. Because tomorrow then, I am going to be starting Maria Cerrone, 1830. So this is the one that has the 5 different parts to it. This is the one that has both the faded and the bright colorways for each of the chart. I will be focused on the faded, which is going to look more like that. Again, I am using Vicki Clayton Silks, so it is kind of my own pull together of flosses. And I will be stitching this on Vintage Buttercream 46 count. I have the piece cut here and ready to go. And I'll be starting on this band sampler. This is on the left-hand side of the layout. So there is a layout as much, all of these are charted separately and they certainly can be stitched separately, but the original sampler is all together. So I will be stitching them all together. I don't know whether she has a picture. I don't think she has a picture in this first one. But anyways, I'll be starting with this band sampler that is on the left side. And that will be my new start tomorrow. So like I said, once I get all these started, I will be rotating through these throughout the month with also the Foxy Friday thing thrown in there. All right, so that's the stitching for the most part. Stay. Let's see. All right, so I am going to show you now, I'm going to insert a video here of the Shop With Me section showing how to get to the Ukrainian designer shops on Etsy. So I hope you enjoy that. Okay, I wanted to do a kind of a special Let's Go Shopping segment today. I know I haven't done one in a while, but to show you how to find really Ukrainian makers of anything. I am, of course, I'm going to be looking for cross-stitch designs, but you can search on anything. So I am using the app. This works just as well in if you go to Etsy on your browser. The placement of things may be a little different, but the search bar is the search bar and the filter is the filter. And I will show you what that looks like in a second. So I'm just on my home screen showing me all the goodies that I really need to put in my cart and buy. So we all know how that is. So go to the search bar and just put in cross stitch digital patterns and hit return. And it's going to show you just, you know, anything that it thinks I might like based on what I have looked at before. Now over here, again, I am in the app, but I believe in the browser, it's in the same general area. You will see a button that says filter. Tap on that. And then we're going to scroll down. You can kind of see me. Hi. We're going to scroll down. Actually, we don't have to scroll down. Go to shop location. Tap on that, and you'll see that there are choices of anywhere, United States, or custom. Right now it's on anywhere. I'm going to change that to custom, and I'm going to type in Ukraine. And so that brings up can still see me because that thing is there. Let me get rid of that so the filter menu is still there. I was like, what in the world? Why am I still visible there? All right, so that brings up everybody that has Ukraine as their location for their shop. Let's see, I'm going to change that so it's smaller. And you can see there are quite a few of them. Not sure why this one is showing up, but for the most part, this should be cross-stitch designers. And, you know, now you're just going to go through and look at them and decide what you might like. And I can't help but zoom in on this one because that's awfully pretty. I don't think I've seen that one before. Now, make sure, oh, $99. That must be a finished one. Never mind. Whenever you go to do this, make sure you have a lot of time to spend because there are a lot. As I've noted before, the Russian designers, again, Ukrainian designers in that area have such a beautiful aesthetic. So when you go to a shop, you will see here where they are from. And some of them just say Ukraine, some of them say the actual town. We are in general learning more and more about the towns, right? So yeah, there's so many beautiful, beautiful patterns out there that you could get lost in. Now, this one, I actually didn't mean to click on this quite so early in my talk to you today, but I do want to call out this one. She says she's in Lviv. I hate to put any negatives on this, but I do want you, as you're doing your searching, to be as aware of copyright violations as you always are. I believe a lot of these are, you will see, okay, this one on the screen. Christmas cross-stitch pattern, Spirit of Santa, $2.50. I would bet my bottom dollar that that is a dimensions kit, that is a pattern that she got the pattern, the chart, and scanned it, and she's selling it as, you see here it says a digital download. Whoop. Let me go ahead and tap on that and see what it says. She says it's a digital download. We know that dimension kits are not sold as digital downloads. So there are still people out there that are, you know, we know that's a dimensions kit, you know, that are committing copyright violation. And this is one that I noticed, particularly that, you know, I don't know all of them, obviously, but quite a few of them, I believe, are dimensions kits. Some of them may even be some of the Russian kits. I don't know. But just be aware as you're scanning, keep your alert on that. Even though we want to help people as much as possible, there are still people out there who are violating the law, basically. This one, I have the Dimensions kit, right? Scenic Farm. So yeah, just be aware that there's still people out there that are doing things illegally. Now, I do want to highlight Ekaterina, Stitchy Princess. She posts a lot on Facebook, on the different Facebook groups, so we have gotten to know her. She is in, okay, she doesn't say which town, but we know that she is in Ukraine, and she is, as of the last time I've heard from her, she had been staying in the town that she lives. I don't know whether she has left yet or not. But this is definitely an instance where our help is visibly helping her. I wanted to see if she actually changed her header or not. She hasn't. Some of them have. Oops, I'm tapping things and not meaning to. Pattern by SA Stitch. Let's see if she's put up a note. Some of them have let us know how they're doing, what's going on. Other ones haven't. Yeah. Let's see. I think Mia Stitch has put something up. All right, I know there were a few that I saw, I think probably posting on Instagram, kind of what their current situation was in the header of their Etsy shop, but I'm not finding any now. This designer's amazing. X cross stitch pattern X, she's in Kharkiv. Is she still there? I don't know. Her shop is still open. Again, this is a way we can really help and touch these people individually, literally give them some support. I'm not saying that, as I've said before, that donating to charities is a bad thing, but also doing this kind of thing where we can actually help somebody in our community and know in real time that what we're doing is helping individuals. I just think that's amazing. So anyways, I hope that has helped. Again, please be aware that there are still scammers out there, that there are still people doing things illegally. I know it's hard to know, but if there's anything that raises alarms in your brain, I keep going to Mia Stitch, pay attention to that. And just know if you ever see anything that looks like a Dimensions kit and it's being offered as a PDF, that's wrong. So anyways, I hope you found that useful. Now I have another big pile in front of me. You know, I think I say this every week. I'm going to cut back. Actually, a lot of these are goodies from you guys and some clubs that I belong to, but some are also some fun purchases. Yeah, I guess it's, well, I've pre-ordered a bunch from Market too. So yeah, it is what it is, right? One of you asked if I think I'm going to get all this done before I die. And of course I don't. But, you know, I've been thinking a lot about that. Not about dying. I don't think about that. I have a long time to go before that's going to happen. But, you know, the whole having a lot of WIPS and being a monogamous stitcher, the whole push and pull between those two ideas. And I've come to the conclusion for a while, and I think this happens at the start of every year for me. I look at all my WIPs and I think, holy cow, Jan, you've got to get some of these finished. Like I don't get a lot finished every year. I do get a lot finished every year. But it occurred to me, you know, I'm looking at my 2 racks over there that are stuffed with charts and kits. I buy these things because I adore them. I love them. I want to stitch them. I came to the conclusion that for me, it makes sense for me to start them, especially if they're kits. Put a few stitches in. Because if, heaven forbid, the worst happens and I'm taken away, I hate to say the words otherwise, I want to get these stitched. I will at least have gotten a few stitches in on them. That's my reasoning. If I can just get a few stitches on some of these things that I absolutely adore, why not? It's not hurting anybody, especially if they're already kitted up. All right, waxing a little philosophical there. Goodies. So Fat Quarter Shop, of course, generously sends me stuff to share with you. Hold please. I left this little guy on the floor. It was in this package. This is their Stitch Quarterly from, I think, the end of the year last year. This is so cute. I, of course, would stitch him on something small. Oh, goodness, he's just adorable. But I think I'm going to do this as a giveaway. So look for that, probably maybe for Christmas in July type of thing. The other thing they sent me that I have been using on and off over the past week is their new lap stand by, excuse me, by Lori Holt. So Kimberly did show herself using this. She talked about it in her video last week. My throat's getting sore. Last week or the week before, I don't remember which one, but she had been using it on a plane, and I guess she was using it at her home. So I've been using it a little bit this week. It does have this pocket in the front to put your chart in, and then pockets on the side if you want to put your scissors in or some pencils, and it has some pockets in the back for other things. Kimberly mentioned that when you have a chart, I'm just going to stick that in there, if it has any part of the chart down here where it's hidden by the pocket, she just lifted it up and clipped it with these little, plastic clips so that she could see it. I've been using it for both to hold my to hold charts and also to hold, mind just went blank. My little Kindle Fire that I use for, Pattern Keeper. I've found it very useful. One thing I didn't like is that, I don't have a floppy chart to put in here. This has some body to it, right? It's the envelope, it has the picture, and it has some of the chart pages in it. So it's standing upright. One of the things that I found is that if I had just a paper chart in here, like Wendy's February Quaker that I was working on, the page did have a tendency to flop back. So I think it would be really useful to use this like with one of the magnetized boards, the low-ran magnetized boards. Excuse me, my throat's getting really sore. To help hold your chart up, and then you'd be able to, use the magnet to lift the chart up as well. So right now, it only comes in this kind of denim canvas fabric. It does come in this super cute yellow daisy bag, which I think they should start using that for the stand itself. But anyways, so that is available on Fat Quarter Shop. If you're looking for some kind of lap stand, but you don't want to get something, just to hold your charts and your stuff, I think that's a good option, and I will have that linked below. Also from Fat Quarter Shop, I said for last month's, look at those colors. Look at these ones. Hot pink. So this is the NPI Monthly Fine Floss Club. Oh my goodness, look at those. So pretty. So I will be getting those on my Stitchy Hugs and hanging on my little tree here with all my other floss. Now that I've shown you. I got lots of gifts in the mail this week, these past 2 weeks. This is from Kathy Sullivan. It is a thank you for the holiday gift extravaganza that I sent. And I'm afraid that that little tag fell off. Actually, it's Kathleen Sullivan. Oh no, she won Midnight Clear. She's one of the ones that won Midnight Clear. You guys and your talent for making cards. Look how pretty that card is. I am loving seeing all these homemade cards. Just gorgeous. And then she sent me this selection of floss. Aren't those colors pretty? Right up my alley. Thank you, Kathleen. You didn't have to, but I do appreciate it. That's very sweet of you. I need to figure out how to, something to like keep these cards in, because they're just way too pretty to, just stick in a drawer someplace. This is from Kathy Adams. Another just really, really pretty homemade card. And you know what I love? So Kathleen had it too. You have stamps that you can put your, made by signature on. I love that. I think Kathleen had a sticker that she wrote her name on, actually. Oh no, it's a stamp. Well, handmade by. And then, isn't that awesome? Love that. So, Kathy sent me a selection of charts to have for if I want to keep them or give them away. So I have to look through and see what I already have. And then add them to the giveaway pile, the ones that I don't. These ones are always so funny. Hands-on, Meow Square, Block Party. Four Seasons, Little House. Teresa Kogut, Struttin'. She Sights a Bird. Blackbird Designs. Prairie Schooler, Christmas Samplers 2. And another Blackbird, The Winter is Past. That's such a pretty one. So anyways, look for those in the future. Next is the next kit from the Silver Needle, the Circle of Friends. This is actually the last kit for this current go-around. This is so pretty. This is the Scarlet House Autumn Garden. Isn't that gorgeous? So has all the finishing stuff, the floss, the fabric. I love that. And there's a floss keep in it. I think there's a floss keep in every set now. Also, the goodie this month was one of Lantern Moon's Sock Monkey tape measures. It's so cute. Look to see. I hope this is the first of a series for her. I don't think she has other ones like this. But, so pretty. Love it. That one I will not be selling. And she has such pretty tissue paper. Now, I will tell you that I've decided not, like I said, that was the last one in this round of Circle of Friends. I've decided not to rejoin that one because instead I am going to be getting I joined the Sampler Girls from the Country Sampler store in Spring Green, Wisconsin, because I decided time for something a little different. What I got from them as well, this is from Country Sampler in Wisconsin, is taking off my little receipt that was taped to it, is the drum set, the drum club kits from Stacy Nash from, again, Sampler Green, or from Country Sampler. So this one is the Wonderful Life Pin Keep Drum, and this one is a full kit. So this is a winter themed one. So it has all of the goodies in it. And this actually came also with this little stand for, can you see that? Is that in the frame? Yeah, I think so. To put your finished drum on. So, that is so pretty. I need to do that. And then also included was this, this drum. This is the Faded Garden Pin Keep drum. Isn't that gorgeous? You know, I should make this a birthday start as well. I have been saying I haven't done a drum yet. I haven't done a strawberry yet. I need to do that this year. I might. It's too bad this one isn't the one that's kitted. Although I don't know whether I could do it justice. I might have to send it away to be finished. I need to try it though, right? So anyways, that's from Country Sampler. And I've also signed up for their Sampler Girls Club. So I'm looking forward to getting started with that. More gifts from Kim Smith. Kim is the one you may remember who I had the giveaway from for the floss, the bobbin holder bag. She has developed a new product, thread beds, that will match the project bags that she has. So she sent me one to match my kitty project bag. And so it's the thread bed. It has this little tag to hold your needle, and it also has a needle minder on it as well. So very handy. So that comes off and that goes on your projects. And then she also included in that some floss tags. So she included that one and this one as well. So very pretty. Also a gift, and also an amazing homemade card is from Heather North. When I was talking about, look how pretty that is. You know, the layering, the cutouts, just stamping, embossing, I think. Yep, embossing on it. Just so pretty. And Heather has tags made with her name on them. So pretty. So Heather, when I was talking about using the Vicki Clayton silk on the 56 count fabric and how it was just a little bit too heavy for that, she suggested that I try Be Stitch Me silk because she felt that they are slightly thinner. They might work better. So she sent me this gorgeous set of Be Stitch Me silks. I do not have any of these yet. Look how pretty these are. I haven't tried them yet, so I will give those a try and let you know what I think. But thank you, Heather. These are gorgeous. And Heather's pretty card. All right. I did get, boy, it's like silk heaven here. I did get my next set of Vicki's Variegated Silks of the Month set club. You with me? You with me so far? One of these is in my choices for either Maria Serron or Black Sheep Sampler. I don't remember which. But this is Quagmire, and I don't know which floss. I guess I should actually show you the color instead of the tag. I don't know which of the over-dyed flosses these equal, but she does have that listed in her shop. Like if you go to the separate flosses, it tells you what it equals to in the over-dyed cotton world. This one is Sea Holly. This is Excavated. She's so clever with her names too. These are so pretty. This is Jittery. Let's see. Chrome of Passion. Pretty gray. Quill Pig. Quill Pig. Vanished. Really nice cream. Uncertain Future. This one might be Oscar or Flatfish or one of those. And then last but not least, a gorgeous red called Zizzle Twig. Isn't that pretty? So that's my latest from her. Now, one of the things, just came in the mail today. Let me share this. So I have not been lucky enough to get the timing right to get any of the any of the Under the Woolen Willow strawberry clubs until the most recent one, the spring set. So this is the first one of those. This just came this morning. This is the spring one, the March one. It is called Lucky Berry. You can see following the St. Patrick's Day theme. Where's my little luck here? Do those go together well? Not too bad, huh? So, yeah, I was thrilled to get in on this. It's beautifully made, little twig for the stem. And I don't know whether you can see these little knots for the little strawberry seeds. Just, you know, not too many, just kind of randomly placed. Just beautifully done. So I am thrilled to be a part of the Strawberry Club for spring. I think she said this is going to be her last Strawberry Club. Again, on the topic of what floss to use for 56 count. I had mentioned that I was going to try the 50 weight sewing thread, and I did get a bunch of them for this. And this is theoretically another new start, although I'm not going to continue with it this month. 56 count ballet slipper again. Just did a little bit. Let's see, which way do you think this goes? I think it goes that way. I just did a little bit of it just to get a feel. And this weight cotton thread does work really well with the 56 count. So I got just, I tried to figure out what colors on a Maria Kutzner, let me know about an Etsy shop that does carry these size spools of the Aurifil flosses. So I went there and on the website and, you know, worked on figuring out which of the colors equated to the colors in the pattern. They may or not be more or less accurate. So having said that, and then I also got from that same website or Etsy shop a color card, an Aurifil color card. And I do have to say, my heart sings when I see all the colors laid out like this on a color card. I just think this is so pretty. I could decorate my walls with this and be quite happy. Okay, so having said that though, I think it works fine. I'm not sad that I got this, but it cost just about $6 per spool for each of these. And it's 220 yards. So I thought, you know, does that really make sense? 220 yards is a heck of a lot of yardage when you're using it to make tiny little stitches on 56 count fabric. Does this really make sense? Or would silks be better? So I will tell you that when I got the spools of silk from the attic, I didn't even look at the price. Give it to me, just give it to me, right? So I went to, oh shoot, I can't remember the name. You guys know it, the store in Anaheim, California, Needlecraft. You guys know it. I know you're shouting it out to me. That has so many of the flosses out there. So I went and looked at the price of the 100.3 and the Soie Surfine and the Tudor silks, and the spools of 100.3 and the Soie Surfine, I'm not going to remember exactly off the top of my head, but are somewhere around maybe $5. It's either like $3.95 or $4.95. I don't remember. Oh, I think it's actually $3.95. So quite a bit cheaper. It's also only 110 yards as opposed to 220 yards. But when you're talking about that kind of yardage, does it really matter? I mean, am I ever going to actually use 110, all 110 yards of any one color, let alone 220, right? So having done this, having gotten the color card, I've decided it really does make more sense to just get the silks. So yeah, lesson learned. I wish I had done that price comparison before. I didn't. I will stitch that in the cottons. I don't think the cotton sewing thread lays quite as nicely. I don't think it has the drape, of course, of a silk. So it doesn't have the nice laying, but it is shiny. I think it is a mercerized cotton, so it is still pretty. But, all right. Last but not least, as far as my goodies, is what I got from Avlea, you know, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, Avlea Embroidery. Krista West of Avlea Embroidery. Now, I am going to get a drink first, and then I'm going to get a little bit political on you here at the end of the program. I've been talking for a while. I understand if some of you want to drop out. I know a lot of you just keep it focused on stitching. I understand that to a certain degree, but there comes a point when one really has to speak out. This is another unfortunate thing that happened in our cross-stitch community over the past 2 weeks. If you are on Instagram, you are probably aware of it. If you've been following the releases for Nashville, you are probably aware of it. One of our designers did release a pattern that had a chart of the Confederate flag. And her reasoning is that, like many of your reasonings is that it's a part of our history, and she was using it as a historical piece, on a historical piece. Be that as it may, that is a symbol for many people of a time in our history, an atrocious period of our history, where a majority of our population, or, you know, not then, but certainly now, it represents to them slavery and a degradation of their people. And while I do not believe this designer at all used it in a way to denigrate people, I am rather surprised that she was not more aware of the firestorm she would start by using it. How does that tie in with Krista and Avlea Embroidery, folk embroidery? Krista decided, based on her principles, that she could not participate after approaching the needlework, the Nashville needlework market organizers, and basically getting the brush off. She decided she could not participate in the market. After what I believe is careful consideration, that designer did decide to pull that design from market, which we are very thankful for. But still, Krista decided that she just wasn't going to participate in the market. Now, she has been out and about for a couple of years now, but she is not, I think, super well known in the industry. She is now. And of course, the exposure that she would get to multiple stores at market would have been, you know, an amazing experience for her. There's many of us who felt we wanted to support her in her beliefs and her standing up for her beliefs. And so I was one of those, and I got this package from her. And there's going to be a little bit of crinkliness here. I did also buy a couple of, I wanted to show you the package before I actually have opened it, but I kept the packaging because I wanted to show it to you because I just think it's such a pretty presentation. I did buy a couple of her charts as digital downloads because that's what I do. But there are a couple that I got as kits, one of which is this one. This was to be her market exclusive, so I kept this. I got the kit for this. I don't think she offers this as a PDF yet. So it does have the cloth that she sells on her website, which I believe is a 30 count. This is a 26 count oatmeal. So it's a kind of a traditional ground cloth for her folk embroidery, the region that this comes from. I also got, she sells some needle minders. And again, beautiful presentation, I thought. So I wanted to share that with you as well. Her needle minders have the motifs of some of her stitches and of the traditional motifs. So I got a couple of those, and they come in these wonderful little pouches with the stamp of the image that is on the needle minder. So I thought that was cool. And it's, you know, a nice sturdy backing on it. Very pretty. And then I got this kit, Embroidery Tree of Life. Teal, should we start this soon? I know you got this as well. So pretty. So this comes with the fabric with the pattern stamped on it, complete instructions for the specialty stitches, as well as the hoop to put it in while you're stitching on it. So I thought that was wonderful. All right, that is all of my stuff. Now, giveaways. I'll be back. All right, so first, winners from last week. We have the baskets, and I kind of had to chuckle at how many of you are former or have family members who are former Longaberger basket representatives, so you have a ton of baskets. I have a couple of them. There's one around here somewhere that I had on my table. I don't know where I put it now. Little one, and then I have the magazine stand. I don't have a whole lot of baskets. I certainly don't have as much as many of you do. I have a few, but basket. So the winner of the Flower Market pattern and the fabric is Kimberly Hamilton. Apron. So that is the apron needle minder and the design from Fat Quarter Shop. That is going to Sydney Kerr. And the From the Heart Needle Arts set of 4 Quakers, what she has out so far, although May is out and she is stitching on June, those 4 go to Debbie Scheitlin. So I will be, as always, commenting on your comments, instructing you how to get in touch with me, which is just an email. All right, this coming week, I haven't thought of any cutesy little sayings yet. I'm not going to think of any cutesy little sayings. So first we have the stitch cards from It's So Emma, Fat Quarter Shop, Lori Holt. This is set K. So if you are interested in these, say, I like the cards. I have a quilt pattern called Alpine Blooms, also from Fat Quarter Shop, It's So Emma. I thought Alpine Blooms was perfect for this time of year, right? So if you are interested in this, say, I like the quilt patterns. And last but not least, we have Farm Life from It's So Emma with a pig butt, well, cow, pig, and sheep butt. So cute. And some fabric. This is some of the fabric from Beth Liotta. So, if you want this, I'm going to make you work a little harder for it. Say, use some kind of phrase with the word farm on it, in it. Something with the word farm in it. I will be searching on farm, I will be searching on quilt, and I will be searching on cards. So that is the giveaways for the next video, which will probably be in 2 weeks. All right, that is all for the stitching segment. I will say goodbye and I love you to those who don't want to stick around for the planner segment. Of course, we have our card. This says, you are a miracle. Think about all of the million little things that had to happen to create you. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling like you're not worthy, you're a miracle. God is love. I thank you for being here and spending some time with me. If you want to stick around for my planner segment, that is next. If you're not sticking around, know that I love you and I do appreciate your time. Know that I am happy that you are here. Know that there is a cat sitting outside my door waiting to be fed. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, and now for a little bit about my crazy planner world. All right, so I know several of you enjoyed me sharing my planner stuff with you, and I do have a lot more stuff to share. So yeah, here I am back with another planner segment. So I had a lot of fun again putting together my planner pages for this week. Didn't take out my little bookmark thing. You can see there's a lot of writing in this now. This is a combination of some scrapbook paper that I got that I'm going to show you here in a minute. And let's see, Sadie's stickers March set, some rub-ons that I've used, some happy planner blocks and quotes, some washi tape. I am learning that I really like to mix and match and that it works. At least I think it does. So this is my planner for, and this is a border, and then I put some rub-ons on it. These blue pieces and the splotches are rub-ons. This is from the same set. This is from the same set. I'm really loving putting rub-ons on just to like fill in some of the blank areas and create a little bit of a background. So yeah, that is my layout for this week. Now, the background paper that you see, this brownish paper, is from one of these pads that I got. You know, I'm such a sucker. Ads come up on Facebook, and a lot of times they just make me laugh. Sometimes they take me down a rabbit hole. And Michael's certainly got me this time. I think this was a Michael's order. Yeah. You know me in color. They showed these on one of the main ads, and I linked and found more, and I had to get them. So these are by a company called Craft Consortium. The Essential Craft Paper, you can see just a little 6x6 pad. Double-sided, really nice weight cardstock. And OMG, look at, I mean, if you've been with me for any length of time, you know how much I love color. And look at these papers. It's like a Lay's potato chip. I couldn't stop at just one. Aren't they? Absolutely. So it's like alcohol ink effect. And then somehow they photographed it or whatever and made it into paper. So this one is called Ink Drops Vivid. This one is called Ink Drops Candy. And they're double-sided, and there's multiples of each one. So I can use them to my heart's content. Look at these colors. Oh. Gorgeous, right? I just like looking through them. And then, so that one was candy, and then this one is earth, so a little bit more earth-toned colors. A little bit more muted for some of them. But still a nice range. And look at the turquoise. A nice range of colors. That reminds me of Antelope Slot Canyon. So what I did actually with this, so it kind of has some pinky purple on the one side and more grays and browns on the other, is I got one of the sheets and just started tearing it up and kind of putting it around as a foundation on my page. what I'm discovering more and more is that I don't like to stay in the lines. I know many people when they're doing this is a vertical layout, so the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday across the top, Saturday, Sunday. So you're planning down the page. You have plenty of room for each day. I'm finding, as you can see, that I don't like staying in the lines. I guess that's not really a surprise. So yeah, I kind of started with that one of the papers and just kind of built from there. Here is another pad that I got. So this one is by a designer named Vicky Botin. The company Art for Everyone. I don't know whether that's the name of the company or not. American Crafts. So it's by American Crafts. But this again is kind of a watercolor mixed media, and as you can see, this is a bigger pad. These pages are 6 by 8. But again, just a gorgeous mix of colors, something to create a backdrop for me to just play on. And when I saw this, I thought, okay, I have all kinds of different packs of flowers. Flower stickers. This one happens to be Live, Love, Posh. I have a lot of Happy Planner. And so many of these, I mean, they would just work perfectly together. So this would be my backdrop, and then I would build with layers of flowers and the boxes. Yeah, it just makes my heart go pitter-patter. Wouldn't that be gorgeous? And then there's boxes to match. Just makes me want to play all day. And I was thinking, so one of the other Live, Love, Posh ones that I have is this one, just kind of it says called Functionally Chic. So it's all just black and white. It's just boxes and words, some black and white florals. But then there's these lace. These are see-through lace stickers. See if I can pull one up here to give you an idea. I don't think it's going to come off easily. All right, so there you can see how it's kind of see-through. And I got these packs and thought, wouldn't it be stunning to have that black lace piece like laying on that as one of the corners of one of my pages. OMG, I mean, my head explodes. One of the other things I got was this little pack, again, in the same order. This is definitely more Christmassy, but I just thought it was so pretty. I decided to add it to my collection. And some of this, like you can see, it's a textured cardstock. Just really, really nice paper. You know, because I need that in my planner. Yeah, so that's where I am with my planning at this point. Expect to see, let's see, I'll be doing a planning session on Sunday, so we'll see what kind of trouble I can get in with these things this coming week. I keep telling myself I'm going to be more minimal. I'm going to try minimal this week. It never seems to happen. You know, a more minimal look. Oh well, we shall see what happens. I hope you enjoyed that and found some use in it. Thanks a lot. Take care.